The structure of cell. There will be two videos on this topic. First, we'll cover the structure of prokaryotes and then the eukaryotes. And we'll talk about the structure, functions, and about the organelles if there are any. And here also we'll talk about the structure of the eukaryotes and its functions. So let's start with the prokaryotes first. Prokaryotes are cells without nucleus. And without cell organelles. Basically, Monera, the organism Monera, the kingdom of organism Monera, have these kind of cells. Most of the time, these are unicellular. Now, if we talk about the cell organelles inside prokaryotes, so that's absent. The cell organelle is absent inside the prokaryotes. Only ribosomes are present inside. So let's see what is all about this prokaryote. Prokaryotes are found in a wide variety of shapes and functions. So it is found in a wide variety of shapes and functions. So we'll take one example of bacteria, because bacteria is also a prokaryote. And first I'll mention few prokaryotes, which is one is bacteria. Then we have blue-green algae. Then we have mycoplasma and TPLO, which is pneumonia-like organisms. Now these are few prokaryotes, in which by giving the example of bacteria, we'll know that prokaryotes are of different shapes and they perform different functions. So they are found in wide variety. So when we talk about the bacteria, which is a prokaryote, this bacteria is found in 4 shapes. The first one is bacillus, or rod-like structure. The structure is somewhat like this. Another kind of bacteria, in terms of their shape, is coccus, which is spherical. So bacteria are coccus, spherical, small spheres. It looks like a small spheres. This is also the shape of the bacteria. And then comes Vibrio. It has comma shaped. It has comma shape, or it is comma shaped. Like this. And then we have Spirillum, which is a spiral in shape. And we can see on the ends of this spiralum that there are hair-like structure. This hair-like structure is called flagellum. All right. So we've already discussed about the wide variety of this prokaryote by giving the example of bacteria. Now let's see few important points about this prokaryote. The smallest living cell is also a prokaryote. So we cannot ignore this because this is unique. Prokaryote gives us the smallest living cell, which is mycoplasma. The size is around 0.3 micrometer. When we compare the size of mycoplasma with the size of bacteria, which is the range 3 micrometer to 5 micrometer, we can simply see that mycoplasma, the smallest living cell in this world, is 1/10 of size of the bacteria. And the largest living cell, the largest living isolated cell is the cell of an ostrich, or sorry, the egg of an ostrich. So this egg of an ostrich bird is the largest living isolated cell. Prokaryotes have cell wall. So most of the time prokaryotes have cell wall. We have one exception here, which is mycoplasma, which is a prokaryote, but it does not have this cell wall. This nucleus inside the prokaryote is not well defined. So there is nucleus, but it is not well defined. No cell organelles, except there is one, which is ribosomes. Ribosomes is worth mentioning. Let's see why. The ribosomes are the site, these are the sites for protein synthesis. So that's why it is very important. Now, the genetic material inside the prokaryotes, which is DNA, genetic material, is basically naked. So it is naked. It means it is not enclosed in the nucleus, because in prokaryotes there is no nuclear membrane. That's why nucleus is not well defined. So in prokaryotes, nuclear membrane is absent. That is why we say that this prokaryotes do not have well-defined nucleus. Now let's talk about the size of DNA. The size of DNA, which is comparatively smaller in the case of prokaryotes when we compare it with the size of the DNA in the eukaryotes. So DNA is comparatively smaller in size, and there's last point, which is inclusion body. This prokaryotes have inclusion bodies. It means cytoplasm includes organelles which is not well defined. It means organelles are present, but you cannot identify it. No one can see it because there are functions done inside the prokaryotes as well. But because of the absence of the organelles or absence of the well-defined organelles, we simply see the cytoplasm, which is something like fluid inside the cell. So cool. So we are almost done with this prokaryotes. My next video will be on eukaryotes, which is very important because eukaryotes are the cells of plants, animals, and algae, and prokaryote is a unicellular organism, or it is unicellular, which is mostly found in this bacteria, blue-green algae, etc. So thanks. Do watch my next video on structure of cell of eukaryotes. Thank you.